Turkmenistan is a paradox. It sits atop the fourth largest natural gas reserves in the world, yet its people face a dire crisis. How can a nation so rich in resources be struggling so profoundly? It's a question that demands attention. Let's start with the facts. Turkmenistan has vast deposits of natural gas, oil, and minerals. This should translate to wealth and prosperity for its citizens. But instead, we see a different reality. The government, led by a tightly controlled regime, has failed to translate these resources into tangible benefits for the population. Instead of investing in infrastructure, healthcare, and education, the focus has been on maintaining power and control. The economy is heavily reliant on gas exports, which might sound good on paper, but it leaves the country vulnerable to fluctuations in global energy prices. When prices drop, the government struggles to provide basic services. This reliance has created a cycle of instability. While the state rakes in revenue from gas sales, the average citizen sees little of that wealth. Many live in poverty, with limited access to food and essential services. Food supply issues are particularly alarming. The government has historically controlled food distribution, leading to inefficiencies and shortages. Instead of fostering a diverse economy that could support agriculture and local businesses, the focus remains on gas. As a result, when crises hit, like droughts or global market shifts, people find themselves without the means to feed their families. Moreover, the political climate stifles dissent. Citizens are often afraid to speak out against the government, fearing repercussions. This culture of fear prevents any meaningful change. Activism is suppressed, and the media is tightly controlled, leaving little room for public discourse about the nation's challenges. Education and healthcare are also suffering. With the government prioritizing its image over the well-being of its people, schools and hospitals are underfunded. A generation is growing up without the skills or health necessary to contribute to a thriving economy. So, how did Turkmenistan end up in this situation? It's a combination of mismanagement, authoritarian governance, and a lack of diversification in the economy. The wealth from natural resources hasn't been invested back into the country or its people. Instead, it has been used to maintain a regime that prioritizes control over care. The irony is striking. A nation rich in resources is facing a humanitarian crisis. The people of Turkmenistan deserve better. They deserve a government that invests in their future, that provides for their basic needs, and that allows them to thrive. Until that happens, the wealth beneath their feet will continue to be a cruel joke, a reminder of what could be, but isn't.